Okay, so here I am in Siem Reap, and it's hot. Even at 6:30 in the morning, I'm sweating already. So I'm not sure that I'm going to be staying in Siem Reap, but it's a beautiful city from what I saw. Uh, I've had lots of trials and tribulations. First, I couldn't figure out how to bring the silver over, so I sold it. Um, and Ruby was nice enough to help me deposit the money in my bank account. I checked, and they said yes, you can, with a QR code, you can buy in Cambodia and Laos. Well, I got here and I couldn't. It's not. It says it's accepted, but I guess there's some glitch on it. So I'm gonna have to call the bank and find out how to access my money because all my money's there. So luckily, I was able to pull out $100 from a credit card, but that's no good, no bueno. So in the meantime, I ran around. I was trying. I don't have any dollars. I haven't had dollars for 2 years since I left the United States. So I either have Vietnamese money, which nobody takes here, or um, well, the money I took out last night. It was $100. But the tuk-tuk driver was nice enough to drive me around, and we went here and there, and finally found a place where the machine would work. And now made it to the hotel room. They couldn't find my reservation. It was kind of, and I tried calling them on their numbers. Nobody ever answered, so it was kind of a mystery. And they put me in a room that the air conditioner full blast. It still doesn't get it cool. Keeps the heat out some, but I had it on the lowest setting all night, and the bathroom was hot when I went in there this morning. But the setting is beautiful. You can see it's got a pool, it's got a cabana outside. Nobody around. I've been looking for the lady for half hour, and nobody is coming out. I don't know if it's too early or what. But in any case, I'm here. One of the things that happened is the trip to Saigon, the bus was not like the sleeper like I had before by a big stretch of the imagination. And as some of you know, I had knee replacements. I have to move my legs all the time to keep them from aching, even though I can walk fine now. Well, this bus, the sleeper, the feet section was that big, and you couldn't incline the seat one way or the other. It was just the way it was, so it was really uncomfortable. But I finally made it. I was so happy to make it to Saigon. I got a tuk-tuk driver to take my suitcase. One to take the big suitcase in the back. They don't tie it. They just hold it with one hand as they're weaving out of traffic. And the other one for me and the other little suitcase to carry on. And we were trying to figure out where the other bus that I had to catch was. It turned out it was a quarter mile, third of a mile down the road, but the instructions weren't very good, and the map, and they didn't know it, so we stopped at 3 or 4 places along the way and finally found it. So I got on, and that bus was really nice. It was during the day, so beautiful scenery. It reminds me a lot of Nicaragua in some ways, the countryside. Some of the cities are pretty happening. There's lots of stuff going on, which is nice. I don't know what cities they were because we're on the bus just traveling through. And then when I got to Cambodia, Phnom, or I forget the capital anyway, it's a big city. We got there 2 hours late. My bus that I had already paid for had already left, so I had to pay for another ticket. And this one was on a transit-like thing, 15 passenger, which is actually nice because it went fast, but it couldn't carry my big suitcase. There wasn't enough room. So I have to go back today to get my big suitcase that was coming in the middle of the night. And I'm waiting for the lady that works here to see if I can find her and go from there. My idea was to come here, do my immigration paper to get my residency, but since I don't have access to my money, and of course today is Saturday here, but it's Good Friday in the United States, which means all the banks are closed. So I can't access any of my money because I have to sell some things that I have in Fidelity, put it in my account, and then I can use my traveling card to use it here. But none of that can happen until Monday because of the holiday weekend. So it's kind of it's been stressful trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for this and that. Luckily, I was able to pull out $100 out of my credit card, but otherwise I would have been screwed. No money, no place to stay, nothing. But I can't get access to my money until Monday, which means I can pull it out of here Tuesday. And just to sit around waiting for that, exploring the city, as hot as it is. My idea was originally to go to Kep. Well, my idea, after I saw the temperatures, it was going to be 102, 103 every day for 14 days here. Like, nah. You know, I'm accustomed to 120 in Arizona, but this is like humid, tropical, so it gets, excuse me, a little warmer, quicker. But I really like the city. It looks beautiful. Yesterday, looking for an exchange, we drove along the river, and the tuk-tuk was very nice. So I might stay here a day. I have to go get my luggage, or I might find out how much it costs to take the bus to Kep, which is on the coast, and the average temperature there is like 85, maybe 90, which is what it was like in in Nachan. So that'd be perfect. But we'll see. We're working our way through all the trials and tribulations. But it's very pretty. The people are really nice, really helpful so far. Just the money situation makes it kind of hard. I was talking to a friend of mine, Michael, who I met in Nicaragua. He travels. He's Russian, and he had the same problem. He was going from Russia to this other place, and his money had gotten there, but he couldn't access it, and this and that. And it's like, it's maddening when you're in a new place, and he speaks Russian. I don't speak Khmer here. So it was like you get this place and you think you have money and you have no money, no access to anything, and you can't talk to anybody, and nobody takes the little dong I had. So it's been interesting to say the least. But the place is nice. I'll show you a little bit. You can see it's got a pool table and nice bar outside with lots of fans. Of course, none of them are on. They have a pool, and I had reserved a room on the second story overlooking the pool, and I got a room on the back side looking at a wall, so that's not going to happen. We'll either change rooms today. And she said yesterday she couldn't find anything, so I didn't pay her anything, and she said, well, just come by in the morning. And I've been coming by, but nobody is here. But overall, I'm glad to have made it. Immigration was a piece of cake. No problems at all. Went, snapped my visa. Didn't check the bus or anything, so all my worry about the silver, I could have just brought it with me and it would have been no big deal. But I'm glad that's over because I don't have to worry about it. And that's the other thing. Because I had all this money from the sale of the silver, I thought, well, I'll use that money here. So I put it in my account, and it said that I could use it in Cambodia, and all the money that I get in Social Security, which I got like 2 days ago, I sent it to buy more silver in Singapore, which is what my plan was all along, was just to transfer it from solid silver to my company in Singapore. Well, I sent the money because I got the money here, and then don't have access to that money here. So it's like, boy, I tell you. But at least I have money in the bank somewhere. When I'll be able to access it, I don't know. I tell you. But overall, it's pretty good. Here they rent motorcycles. The room is $65 for 5 days. And it's more expensive because it has air conditioning, although I'm not sure about the air conditioner. But and they rent motorcycles for $9 a day if you rent it for more than 2 days. So I might do that. I like having my own transportation, getting around, and then looking and seeing what I find. But first I have to find the lady. I've been looking around and standing out here and calling, and nobody is around, so I'm not sure what the situation is. But that's about it for right now. I will post this and I will also add some views of the tuk-tuk. I took two of them. The first one was interesting. It had the little curtains that come down halfway, so you really can't see anything because everything comes down here, so all you can see is the floor in front of you about 10 feet. The second one I took yesterday was much nicer. The guy was nice and he spoke English, which was great. But it's a towable six-passenger one behind this little motorcycle. And it doesn't go fast, but you know, with traffic it doesn't matter. But you can see everything because it's, you know, the roof is about that high and all the windows are open. And we drove down by the river and around, you know, looking for a money exchange place and all that. So that worked out really nice. And I'll put that video up as well when I get all this put together. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And well, that's about it for right now. Have a wonderful day and keep on trucking.